Welcome back to KTR Videos. Today's tutorial is on the other Season 5 Shoppie, Rainbow Kate. Now she is going to be a bit of a challenge as a lot of these Shoppies are harder than the Shopkins, but a lot of you guys have requested her, so I decided to go ahead and give her a shot. So go ahead and grab your paper and pencil and let's go. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start off with her head and face. So let's go ahead and make a straight line down like this. And then we're going to make a diagonal line coming out like this. And then curve around for the ear like this. And then from here, let's go ahead and continue coming down and then start to curve in like this. And this is her chin area that we're doing and her jaw. And then come on up. And then we're going to come up a little bit more and we're going to start her other ear. And let's see, we're going to come out and around and then do a diagonal line like this coming in. Okay. All right, and then let's go ahead and come up a little bit more like that. All right, next we're going to do the bangs that come across her head or her forehead. And we're going to do that by coming across, coming up, and coming up again with another curved line like this, and then come across again. And these bangs, as you can see, are like separated in little sections. So that's what we're doing by making these curved lines coming up every once in a while. All right, so coming up a little bit more. This one, make it a little bit longer like this, and then curve on up again like this, and then down, and then come across like this. Okay, and then coming back to this side, we're going to make a little semicircle. And then from here, we're going to make one big semicircle coming from one side of her head to the other. Now, take your time here. I've had to mess around with this to make it not too big or make it round enough. So take your time. As you can see, I'm erasing a lot and fixing it. So anyway, it'll look something like that. Alright, now I just drew a small curved line for her chin, and now I'm making a wide U for the bottom portion of her mouth and a slightly curved line for the top portion of her mouth. And then I'm going to make another curved line inside for the teeth, and then of course let's make her tongue as well, like that. Okay, and then we're going to come up just a tiny bit, and her nose is just a tiny semicircle facing upward, like that. And then her eyes, we're going to make a base like this, make a semicircle. And then her eyelashes, there's 3 of them. And then we're going to make a curved line inside, followed by a circle for the pupil, and then 2 smaller circles inside. And then this eye, I'm just making the semicircle first, and then I'm going to make the base like this. And then her eyelashes, circle, and then another circle inside and 2 tiny circles. Okay, so something like that. She looks a little funny, and she will until I get to actually color her in. But anyway, let's go ahead and come over here, hugging close to her head. We're gonna come down like this and coming inward. And this is the start of her hair. Over here, let's start that big crown she has. It's like a big cake crown. I'm making a curved line like this, and then I'm gonna make a semicircle like this, and then a bump, and then come on up like a squiggly line here, and then coming out a little bit. And now let's draw a heart like this, more or less, and then a straight line at the bottom of it because it's sitting on top of a piece of cake. And then we're just making the drippings to this cake like this, and then coming to the end and making a line down. Alright, and then I don't know what this is off to the side, but anyway, I'm just copying the picture, so I'm making these little cake things here. I don't even know what they are, but anyway, just hit the pause button if you need to. And then we're going to come up here, and we're going to start to curve up, and then come around and making little bumps, like a little, like a cloud, okay? And then inside, we're going to make the drippings. And coming up and down like that. And then go ahead and add some tiny circles inside, which I believe are supposed to be sprinkles. Okay then, and then over here add another little heart inside. Okay, so she's coming together here. Now we're gonna come down and around like this, and then loop very slowly, loop around, and then come out like this, making a curl, and then make another line here, and then another line about here. And okay, sorry guys, my camera stopped on me as I was doing her hair, but don't worry about it. I'm going to end up erasing all of this anyway that you see here because I put her hair too close where her arm goes. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side. And actually we're here. And let's make her neck, these two little lines like this. And then this one, come out like this, come down, and then come up a little bit. This is the collar area of her dress. And then here I'm making a little bump and then curving around or looping around like that. And then same thing here, just closing it up like that. Okay, and then I'm just making little semicircles all along the collar. All right, and then let's go ahead and start her arm. So I'm gonna come out like this, and then jump up here, and this is the, just making like little bumps here. This is the sleeve, so we're just again making little bumps over here as well, right next to the first set. And then coming down, and then coming down, and this is where I need to erase all of the hair that I did already, and that's mainly because I cannot get her arm in the picture. So here we go. Now we're gonna extend her arm out on both sides. And I'm gonna fix that upper portion here, straighten it out a little bit, and okay. And then this is, let's actually jump over here first. Let's go ahead and make a slanted line in, make a little bump, and then come out like that, okay? And then let's jump over here and make the other sleeve, so a little squiggly line like this, okay. All right, and then from here, let's come out like this, and then draw a straight line or curved line across. This is the belt, bump, and then come across again, and then come out, start to flare out for her skirt, and then start to make a bunch of semicircles like for the bottom of her skirt. And then same thing over here, she has a second layer. So think of a cloud, something like that, okay? And then let's jump back over here, and we're gonna come down, and this is her other arm, her left arm, and come up like that, because this one is bent, and then we're gonna draw her thumb in, and then her other two fingers are pointing up, and then the last two are folded down. So we're just making semicircles for the two fingers that are folded down. And then I'm gonna come down and around like that. And then making a little semicircle here, and then another one, and then another one, or maybe these are like semi-ovals. But anyway, I'm working on her hair, her pigtail. So again, I'm just making a bunch of semi-ovals or circles and just getting more narrow and thinner at the bottom until I make a little curl like that, okay? And then jumping over here, I'm just adding another little curl. And then over here, let's finish up this arm, but first, she has a purse that she's holding on to. So I'm just making this kind of shape here. And then I'm gonna, for the purse, I'm gonna start making a bunch of rounded rectangles, and this is for the handle of the purse. So just adding a couple coming downward, and then come down like this, make a squiggly line, and then over here, let's start to make some, her thumb. I think this is her thumb. Anyway, and then a couple of other fingers over here. That's a third finger. And then come over here and finish it up coming out. And you know what, I actually gotta, whoa, that looks funny. I gotta fix this. Let me first add her last finger in here, and then I need to thin that finger out over here. Okay, so like that. All right, and then I'm, this is very hard to explain, guys, but right now I'm making the bow on her purse. So just kind of think of it like of a butterfly, something like that. I know that's pretty tricky. And then I'm coming downward, coming across, coming down on this side a little bit, and then coming across, making a little curl in the center, And then proceed on down and around. And then just draw another line in here to give it some dimension. And let's add the cute little face. Just make like a V and then a line across for the mouth. And the nose is just a tiny little dot. And then her eyes are closed, so that makes it a little easier. So we're just gonna make little curved lines with some eyelashes. Like that. All right, jumping back up here to fix that hair that I had to erase earlier. And we're just going to basically just making a curl here, and then the rest of it is just a bunch of semi ovals or circles, kind of like donuts almost, like this. And just coming down, and then jump on this side and make some more semicircles or little mountaintops. And then on this side, it starts off with a little bump, and then it's just like a squiggly line down. And this will look much better when I do start to color it in. Okay. And then over here, let's add a little curl and another one over here. Okay, now her legs, we're gonna come down and then come inward and then kick out like this. Same thing on this side. And then her shoes. So we're going to make the strap. So make a kind of like a wide V, and then make a bump and another bump, and then come across and down. This is pretty tricky. This was really tricky for me as well, by the way. Doing the shoes took a couple of attempts. And I'm coming down and then come across over here. And then let's see, let's go ahead and make like a cloud over here. Then come down and across, and then up, and then come across like this. Okay, and then let's finish up this leg. So we're gonna come down and make a curved line like this, another one over here, come down a little bit more, and jump over here, start to curve downward across like this. Making kind of like an X here, that's what we're doing. These straps do interlap. So, and then finish it up on this side. And then I know the camera's not showing right now, but I'm just making like a little cloud effect. And then I'm making the heel, which is just, basically it's a rounded rectangle like this, what I'm doing here. And now I'm just adding a bunch of little circles inside. And then over here, I forgot to add the little heart, so add a little heart there. Okay guys, well, Rainbow Kate is completely drawn out. I think she came out pretty good, but that was definitely a hard drawing. Her and Sarah Sushi were the most challenging drawings that I've done so far. If you were able to draw her along with me, congratulations, because again, I know that was super, super difficult. Anyway, stay tuned as I color her in. And here is Rainbow Kate completely colored in, guys, and I think she came out excellent. This was a lot of fun to draw for me because of all of the different colors that I got to use. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. If you did, hit that like button down below, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Well guys, until next time, bye.
Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out our Spanish channel.